they didn't let up. In the last 10 minutes, they scored 3 or 4 tries. They were going for more. They had 70-odd points. They wanted 100. They are a ruthless lot. They will not be denied tonight. They have been building for this night for several years. When they lost in Cardiff 4 years ago, they started building for this evening.
And here is the coin toss. Richie McCaw tossing it, and Dusatois, his opposite number. Perhaps a handshake, or maybe they'll wait until they get out onto the field for the complete ceremony. But looks like France might have won that. And look at that. Terrific scenes at Eden Park. If you ever had any doubt that this is the national sport of New Zealand, be in no doubt, because this is what the majority of the population live and breathe.
Well, Gareth touched on the word destiny, and I think the 1995 Springboks playing at home with Nelson Mandela, Invictus, that was a team of destiny. They got better throughout the entire tournament, and I think this All Blacks team playing at home, they are a team of destiny. They have the hope and the will and dreams of a country on their shoulders. They will not be denied this evening. And one thing of note, they're not wearing those steely gray uniforms they wore in Cardiff 4 years ago. They're wearing their traditional black uniforms, the intimidating black uniforms, playing at home.
Now, 3 weeks ago, the All Blacks, this team, beat the French by 20 points comfortably in a pool game. It happened also in the last World Cup between South Africa and England. In that particular tournament, South Africa whitewashed England in a pool game. It was much closer in the final. I've got a feeling we might be seeing the same script again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm seeing the All Blacks through here. But this French team, very experienced. They're capable of anything. They could keep this close. I think it's imperative for France to get out of the blocks and hang around rather than let New Zealand take the game to them. If France can establish some movement in the back line, spread the ball wide, maintain possession, and go at New Zealand, set up their second, third, fourth, fifth phase, I think that's the only way they have a chance. I'm not so sure the New Zealand All Black defense will crack.
Richie McCaw looks supremely confident on the right-hand side of your picture. I'm not sure I'm seeing confident faces from the Cockerels.
Well, they look very focused. They just want to get this thing started. And one quick comment about Richie McCaw. He did go in to the semi-final with some question marks about an ankle injury. He came through in flying colors. He'll be fine this evening, Nigel.
Dan Carter came into this tournament as the star not only for New Zealand, but the star of the tournament. He got injured early on. In a way, he's hardly been missed. He would give his eye teeth to be out there tonight, but it's a sign of the strength of the All Blacks that they've managed to come through without it.
Well, it's a testament to their depth, but I think what some of these injuries have done, you know, Zach Gilford scored 4 tries against Canada, and he's out with a hamstring. What it's done, it's galvanized their camp. Everyone is in it. Richie McCaw, he's not talking about Israel Daig and Corey Jane. He's talking about the 30 players on the squad. It's a team effort.
France, as we mentioned, a quick look at the lineup, unchanged from the semi-final against Wales.
Yeah, and as I said, a very experienced side. They have the tough forwards. They will win ball. Yashvili will present good ball to Para. Let's see what backline shows up. But this New Zealand team love the back row. Jerome Kano, Richie McCaw, Kieran Reid. They are so deep on this team. Cruden has gone there without missing a beat.
Whippo, of course, will kick for the All Blacks. Cruden, the inexperience, but he has shown maturity beyond his years in this particular tournament. Sonny Bill Williams perhaps might make a difference for the All Blacks on the bench. He's done it before, and he's basically played as a reserve in this tournament, and yet everybody knows about him.
He's an impact player, and I see him coming in and maybe making a difference. I agree with you.
Would you please
Let us take you live to Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand, for the national anthems of France and New Zealand. Enjoy the Rugby World Cup final.
And Hayley Westenra.
Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé, l'étendard sanglant élevé. Entendez-vous dans les campagnes, rugir ces féroces soldats. Ils viennent che torno qua, il vicino Cristo comandie. Hosanna sit quia, Amigo Bazzano, Marcho, che sa campe, non sia.
Great feeling and emotions in the respective national anthems of France and New Zealand. And now the All Blacks just waiting for the French to peel off the tracksuits, stand in front of them and receive the challenge of the haka. Well, the challenge has been received by the French. Stand by, the Rugby World Cup final.
Well, you can always expect something different from the French when They faced the All Black haka at a Rugby World Cup 2007 in Cardiff. They had T-shirts on in different colours. Tonight, they put their captain Terry Dusatoir at the front, formed an arrow shape and then wound it out across the field as they came forward, accepting the challenge.
Yes, look at this. Almost unprecedented. As they marched towards the All Blacks, they didn't advance too much over halfway, but they certainly accepted the challenge. And it's almost time to get it on in the Rugby World Cup final. Eden Park at Auckland. The time is here for the Rugby World Cup final of 2011. Craig Joubert of South Africa is our referee, and Piri Wepu gets the final underway, and the kickoff is contested by the All Blacks, and it stays in the field of play and is snapped up by Jane. Gets it across to Cruden. France swarming across though, and this is the 10-metre line in All Black territory. The ball laid back on the All Black side, and Cruden it is who deputises at halfback with Wepu stuck in the maul. And the first kick of the final goes downfield and is well taken by Maxime Médard. So France have the ball for the first time. Right in centre field. And Yashvili. And he also pumps the kick downfield, but I think he's overdone this. He has. And that's a bad mistake, fessed up by Dimitri Yashvili.
Well, testing times early, both teams kicking from the base of rucks. New Zealand won that battle courtesy of a mistake by this man here, who's kicked brilliantly all tournament, and straight away the All Blacks have gone to a short line out.
So, Kevin Mialamu, the crowd in great voice early. It's overthrown and it falls for Julian Bonnier. Goes to go again, but gets bent back. But the first All Black line out didn't work. Now Para moves it across. France using the ball through the hands, and they get it away to Vincent Clair. Haven't seen the French use the ball a lot in this tournament, as Yashvili digs it out again. Para, and now charging forward goes hooker Servat. Now France again through their captain Dusatoir. Taken down by Aaron Ordicki, and France just giving the ball a little bit of air early on. It's taking a while for this one to come back. That's the 10 metres line in All Black territory, and Yashvili waits. Now he gets it off to Pascal Pape. Yashvili once more. Dusatoir taken down on the tackle of Kieran Reid. Yashvili away for Para. Rougerie, the big man in midfield. Good defence on him by Kano. And Mialamu makes a good tackle. Now, here is Pooks. As France not making too much progress, but holding the ball. Now back, missed by Médard. Has to go back and recover. Not too good on the right boot. And does well to get out of it. Does very well to get out of it. Then gets support from Julian Bonnier. And France scramble away. Now the use of the back division. Back inside to Rougerie. All Blacks having to make early tackles. Big one from Smith on Para. But ball retention is good from France. Ball handed off. And the charge made by Nicolas Mas. Now Para goes again. In fact, this is Palisson. 12 metres on the All Black side of halfway. Ball not released. And big defence required.
Big defence required. Some great balance in attack by France, though. They are prepared to go wide in this match. They've indicated that, but they're going to mix it up with some hard driving play around the fringes also. The All Blacks, well, they had to defend pretty stoutly, resolutely, and earned a penalty.
Well, ticks in both columns, really, for both sides. France continuity, outstanding. Pace at which they've started this game, outstanding. All Black defence, equal to that. You see Tony Woodcock, he's the player that wins it. He supports his own body weight and has a fair crack at the ball. Craig Joubert right on the money early on.
Nialamu's first throw was astray, and that one was only just slightly better. Powerful run by Kahui. And the All Blacks have possession here. 10-metre line in French territory. Their best attacking chance so far in the game as Franks tries to make ground. Taken down by Pooks. Now McCaw. Head-to-head with Aeronautica. Now Wepu works it away for Dad. And had Cruden running on the inside, but Cruden probably overran him. So he retained it. Now they work it blindside again. Quick hands to Kahui, but he's in touch. And offside against France. And so this might be the first shot at goal in the final.
It may well be. As we saw some of the tactics the All Blacks used against Australia around the fringes, prepared to try and push the opposition back and turn them in before they go wide. McCaw driving into Aeronautica with help from Kano just to push him forward. Offside play there. It is from Para, who's the man picked up.
You may argue that Wepu had his hands on the ball, but it wasn't the way that Craig Joubert saw that. So here's an opportunity for Pretty Wepu, and it's a difficult angle, but in terms of the conditions, you cannot get too much better tonight, Grant Fox.
So there's no wind, Ian, to speak of, so he's not pushing into anything?
Well, just if anything, there may be a bit of a breeze. I look above the stands to a beautiful array of flags, which are actually at his back, but not significant.
Six minutes gone in the game. Dragged it badly away to the left.
He just tried to give it a decent thump and got locked on his left hip a little bit. He didn't get through the ball well enough. Pulled it well left of the upright.
Well, goal kicking is going to be a big part of this final, one would imagine. Morgan Para. Allowing France to go in and contest. And it's been grabbed by Franks. Ball dropped in field. And France might have won this 50-50 ball they have as Bonnier rips it across. Now it was Mermos. And far more expansive than we've seen at this tournament so far. But Smith again makes a good low tackle. Para does well. And Smith has to go after him and make the tackle as well. France playing all the rugby so far. And Nelly goes crunching in. Ball turned over, possibly. No. France might have just grabbed it. And back in possession. 5 metres in All Blacks territory. 7 minutes gone, no score as Para works it across. As here is Pape running out of room. Palisson has to skirt back on the other side. He's very quick. And Tony Woodcock had to make the tackle. Now, here is Yashvili and drops it off to Pape again. Almost an intercept. It falls for Nonu. Palisson never got it. He got a smack in the face at the same time, and now the All Blacks in possession. Here is Dag from the back. Works it off to Cruden. Well and truly nailed by Dusatoir. Big tackle. As Nialamu brings it out for Smith. Short pass, Wepu for Franks. And it's right on the 10-metre line. And Nonu makes a rare kick in general play. Martin Ono, it's a very good one indeed.
Yeah, Aaron Cruden was still getting up from the other side of the field where he took the ball into contact. So Nono went to first receiver on the right, saw that the French had lined up well and put a very accurate kick, which pitched nicely into touch.
For the first time, this game goes inside a 22, and it's the French 22 where the pressure goes on. Their first big line-out situation. They've called a full line-out. Great opportunity for the All Blacks to have some acid on. Mialamu's had a couple of shaky starts. What about Savard?
Lobs it in and does well for Aaron Udiki to bring it in. And so France's first line out is sounds. Yashvili. Plenty of power. That's a long raking kick and it's a beauty. All Blacks are after it, keen to go quickly, but France got up there smartly, and that was a lovely kick by Yashvili.
It was indeed. I think the All Blacks were expecting him to go high. Jane was certainly a little bit further forward, and he went long, accurately. And the All Blacks this time are going to a full line out. And France, well, they've been contesting well. Mialamu's had a couple of inaccurate throws.
This time he gets it right. Long flat pass goes across to Nonu. Good tackle made on him though. It's brought back by Wepu to Jane. He was a lone ranger on this near side. France have a player down after the Nonu charge. And now here's Reed almost to the halfway line, and that player is offside surely. Oh, he said general play. He'd just come up from an injury and it's been cleared away downfield. Well, it was called broken play.
He said tackle only was the call by Craig Joubert. So it's Para, I think, who's down.
Well, this is a big problem for the French, and it's straight out collision with the legs or the body of Martin Nonu as he hit it at absolute pace. But what you've got to like about the French is the way they're chasing their kicks, because one of the big All Black weapons is the quick counter-attack from the ball that's gone out. The French have been up in the All Black faces twice now.
Big throw here for Mialamu. And he goes to Kieran Reid, who drags it down short in the line-out. And Wepu looking to get a little bit of distance. It's drifting back into the field of play as Palisson fires it across to his fullback Medard. And dragged down by Whitelock. 10 metres line. A lot of the game has been played around about this area in All Black territory. Para still being attended to. And they're just going to carry on. He's getting assistance from two medics at the moment as Yashvili, and there he is as play goes on around him. Rougerie. Now the kick through by Mermoz, and that is into touch, and the injured player is up and looks like he's going to continue.
Francois Trunduc.
I'm not sure he's going to continue. He looks like he's in a slightly different place than the rest of us at the moment, and this is an early substitution for the French. I mean, you do well to come out of that in one piece, don't you? The absolute power, and then he cops a little hand and maybe a bit of a knee on the side of the head by an arriving player.
It was McCaw who was arriving on the clean out of Dusatois.
He's not quite with us at the moment. So that's a pretty sad blow, but they have a very able replacement out here.
So Francois Trunduc, who's played 34 previous test matches, so he's by no means a new boy on the block. Now the high kick. Nobody managed to grab that, and finally it's Yashvili away for Medard. And France using the ball a lot more than we've seen at this tournament. Driven back in the tackle is Trunduc. And the first penalty against the All Blacks.
Clear away. Okay, leave him. I'll give him the penalty. Out of the way of the ball,
Just a quick word on Morgan Para. They've found blood, so that's the status of it at this stage.
So Trunduc recently on the field.
So it was Nonu who made the tackle, aided by Thorne coming in, but Nonu got pushed over by Thorne and then didn't get out of the way quickly enough.
13 minutes gone. No score in the Rugby World Cup final. Savant. Over the back to Dusatoir. Struggling to get it back, but he took too long. He was facing in the wrong direction. He had to release. He didn't do that. And so it's an All Black penalty.
Put it down,
So it was Wepu who drew the penalty, and he's the man who will possibly kick for touch. Yes, it is him. So stats at the moment: territory 56-44 to France, possession 60-40. So a couple of things going the French way at the moment.
And the kick, oh, it's a good one. It's a very good kick.
Just a slight overthrow, looking for Aranordigi at the back. McCaw turned, Dusatoir and Wepu did the rest. So first real opportunity for the All Blacks, deep in the red zone, going to a full line-out option. Corey James moves across in behind Nonu.
And the throw is good. Pops it off to Tony Woodcock. There's the first try of the final. What a move.
Tony Woodcock absolutely loves scoring tries. His 8th in his 83rd Test match. Set-piece play. Clearly practiced by the All Blacks this week. So Wepu did the job with a great kick initially to get them field position. Mialamu on the button to, was that Kieran Reid? It was inside the Woodcock. They split the French line out. Now it's Kano. Ian Smith
Absolutely
opened them up.
Destroyed the French line-out. The structure of that line-out just absolutely, it opened up like the proverbial Grand Canyon, maybe wider than that. And Tony Woodcock's a big man, but he doesn't need that much space or that many opportunities. He sniffs a try at the best of times, and is there a better time to score one?
Well, they're rare beast tries in World Cup finals. Not many scored. I think in 87 there were 4 scored. 3 by the All Blacks, 1 by France. That's the most in any Rugby World Cup final. There wasn't one in 2007 from recollection. But first points this time round is a try.
Yep. I just wonder what the French would be saying to themselves, really. I mean, up until that point, it had been picture perfect for them. They just disintegrated.
15 minutes it took. And he's pushed it away to the right, so that's a couple of misses in the goal-kicking department. But the first points in the final, a try to Tony Woodcock.
There it is, on the money from Mialamu. Woodcock coming from the front to the middle.
So, Chanduk makes the kick-off. Waiting for it is Corey Jane. Such an outstanding performance in the semi-final. And now Wepu, this is going to be taken back inside the 22, so they won't be able to push it directly into touch. Aranordiki goes in. It's anybody's ball. It's grabbed by Bunny, but it falls for Thorne. Now a chance opening up here. Nonu, the right goes to Smith. Feed it away to Kahui. Back on the inside for Dag. They're 5 out from the 22, the All Blacks. And have they got enough players there? And the All Blacks playing the ball on the ground. They didn't have in numbers.
Hands in the ruck.
And hands in the ruck.
Grant Fox, we're seeing some terrific loose forward play by 2 captains here. Dusatoir wins that one. McCaw was very competitive early on and was instrumental in that turnover from the kick.
Well, I'm not sure Conrad Smith saw Israel Dag absolutely screaming at him as he came flying from the back, looking to link. And as the ball went to Kahui, the French defence were able to adjust. That's a great kick from Haddad too. Gives the French some great field position with a chance for possession early to get one back at the All Blacks.
Well, they get Morgan Power back at the same time, and if, that's interesting because they're looking maybe to attack or drop goal from that side of the field. Of course, he is left foot dominant, along with Yakshvili.
Time flying along in the final, 17 minutes gone. Savant finds Aranordiki. The All Blacks have gone pretty low though, trying to drive them back. It's not coming out of there. The All Blacks have tied it up. And they've won themselves a scrum.
Well, it's the first scrum of the match. 17 minutes and 50 seconds in.
Come towards me.
Well, the big man there, Sam Whitelock and Kevin Mealamu. That was the double act for New Zealand on that occasion. Whitelock got the body under the ball. Mealamu spoiled it.
Well, they're a good line outside France, and they do look to drive a lot. It's a key attacking platform they use. But now we go to the other set-piece part of the game, the scrum. First one.
Crouch.
All Blacks, the heavier pack.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Stand up, please. Wait for the ball. Wait for the ball.
The All Blacks won the hit on that occasion.
Step back.
Oh, you see Tony Woodcock, I think, just having a little word there to Brad Thorne.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Now Wepu gets it in. And the All Blacks win the penalty.
Collapsing.
And it's against Jean-Baptiste Poux.
Yeah, the French tried to wheel that scrum. They tried to go up on the side of Poux, but Joubert suggested he sort of went in and down.
Well, he folded in eventually. And that's where the penalty came. So another All Black line out. And that's not straight, surely. It's been called okay, though. And off goes Kahui. And the All Blacks have it as Wepu feeds it up. Charging hard was Reid. Now Mealamu. Wepu there quickly. Calling for the next man, it's Cruden. Held up by Rougerie, but lays it back nicely. Kano there, so is Wepu. The French are an outstanding defensive team. McCaw decides to take them on at the centre. Now Kano, what a tournament he's had. No way through there though. And it's there for Wepu. Off now for Nonu. Across into midfield where Reid is standing. Good powerful run by Kieran Reid. Back for Wepu. Now Nonu again. Big fringe defence on Ma'anonu, and that's understandable. Now Kevin Mealamu as Wepu waits again. Cruden going wide to McCaw. French defence holding. As Wepu feeds it away for Cruden to Reid in midfield. Now Nonu sees a gap. Good defence on him by Rougerie. Tackle had to be made. Now Franks feeds it back for Smith. Now Dag calling Kahui back on the... In fact, it's Jane who's gone across. And the All Blacks making progress out wide.
They are making progress out wide, and they are using men like Kieran Reid to run hard at the line and get over the advantage line. The French are having to do a bit of tackling at the moment, and it's tiring them a little.
Well, Rougerie's been outstanding in that department. It's a very big and organised attack from the All Blacks, particularly when Ma'anonu gets onto his job, and really when he gets space, and he's been able to wind up twice exceptionally quickly from deep, and Rougerie has managed to pull him down there, which is huge. Have a look at this. It's Paro again, and he was one of the players that Nonu ran into on the second occasion. Again,
I think that's his night. Sadly for him.
So Francois Tranduc is on his way back. And Morgan Parra, well, he's distraught.
Well, you can see the emotion.
Yeah.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime game, and he wanted to be there till the very end.
So back to the game itself. Savard throws. Aaron Ordicki, they use him a lot. Now Bonaire. What a tournament he's had, along with his partner Dusatois. As Yashvili waits, he'll do the kicking himself by the looks of things. Beautifully done by Kahui. The All Black wing is so good under the high ball. Now Dag moves it back for Cruden. And the little number 10 taken just on his own side of halfway. Now Wepu sends it wide for Reid. Good physical start by Kieran Reid as Wepu works it off to Nonu. Again it's there as the All Blacks work it left and right. Now the kick made by Dag, and it's beautifully weighted. It's sitting up and it's into touch.
Well, it's great position, but it might have been better to have been moved on the hand. The All Blacks had a numbers advantage on the left. You can see, look at all the numbers, and on the with width as well. Still, it's field position. France will be throwing, but pressure for them to deal with.
Aaron Ordicki there is the man who has taken down the last couple of lineouts. This time he lifts Nalei, and he gets it away to Yashvili, and the clearance is made up towards the 22.
Just a little bit of pressure relief, but not an awful lot.
Mark Liebermont there in the middle.
Oh, there's Morgan Parrow. You have to feel for him.
A couple of heavy knocks early on, so he is out. Trunduk is in. Mialamu finding Whitelock, and the All Blacks set their rolling maul. And McCaw at the back of it. Been told to use it. Now he releases. Away for Cruden. Smith. Fighting his way, or trying to, through the tackle of Rougerie. And France might have turned this over. All Blacks not quite the numbers there. Great defence. Yashvili works it away. Looking to open up the All Blacks on the narrow side. Plenty of black jerseys there to try and step over this, and they have done.
Well, the All Blacks defended well there, because I think it was right for Trunduk to use the ball because they had width and a numbers advantage, but the All Blacks slid beautifully on defence and counter-ruck to earn the penalty as they were trying to go wide before from that line out. Conrad Smith couldn't free Nonu as he was looping round because of the rushing French defensive line. But at the end of it all, a couple of rucks later after a turnover, the All Blacks earned a penalty, and Wepu will be keen to convert this. A little period of pressure into points.
It was Rougerie again that managed to shut down that Conrad Smith offload because Nonu was outside him. I think Dag was creeping across, and Kahui might well have been there as well. They had numbers going right, the All Blacks, and Rougerie picked him up and turned him around, and that was really important for the French cause, but so too this for the confidence of Piri Wepu.
Way to the right. Badly mishit.
He just bailed that left shoulder really quickly. So no body weight through the ball. And when you rotate that quickly to the left, you tend to slice it, which is exactly what Wepu did there.
So the All Blacks missing 8 points there, with 2 penalties and a conversion so far. As the kickoff is made, and well taken by McCaw. And the All Blacks have it again with Wepu, sends it away to Cruden. Now Reid, who is causing problems with his strong running in midfield. Wepu away for Cruden. Dusa tries onto him. As Wepu clears it off again. Now Dag. Ball is there again. This time Mialamu feeds it up. Thorne brings it up centre field. Wepu again. And they're keen to play inside the 22, and that's another good kick.
It's also good defence by France, and that's why Wepu was forced into that, Ian Smith.
I'm just wondering, Grant Fox, when do you make a call? I mean, if you look at the goal kicking, it's not as if he's been close either. They've been big misses. Do you make a call soon? You keep it with him?
Well, McCaw needs to think about that because Cruden has kicked well of late. And he wouldn't mind the goal-kicking duties. The pressure of it he would deal with fine, I'm sure.
Sabat to a defensive line-out. Again, they go to the veteran, Nalé. And they set it just 10 metres away from their own line, the French. Yashvili back for Trenduk. And now they've got the right foot, left foot combination available to them. With Yashvili and Para, two left-footed kickers.
There's French part Trenduk, and so that balance, Grant, you're right. The left foot, right foot, quite handy to have.
Mialamu off the top from Reed. Quick ball again for Cruden. Gets it even wider for Nonu. Now off it goes to Smith. Just stumbling as he came to Rougerie. But the All Blacks having a good period on attack here. Ball popped up for Reed. Not held. Right to the 22 goes Reed. Now they're going to work it back to the near side, and there's an opportunity here. It could have gone wider still. Now Nonu. A little kick through by Kahui. And Rougerie gets there first. Just ahead of McCaw. It's a dropout from the 22. France has a player down. And it looks like it could be Maxime Mermoz.
It is Mermoz.
Is Kieran Reid stamping his name on this game at this point?
His carries are immense.
Well, he won that line out too so cleanly, and just
two wrong options there from the All Blacks. Here's Reid on the carry. Face-balled Thorne. Nalé did brilliantly to hold on to him. Just grabbed a few more yards. Needed to go wide, the All Blacks, from Dag instead of inside to Jane, and I think Kahu would have been much better keeping the ball there. Just keep the pressure applied. It's just a little bit released as France can come forward 22 metres and kick it further downfield.
So play held up. It's been frantic. We've got about 10.5 minutes remaining in the first half here at Eden Park.
Well, the French will be very conscious about any more trouble in the back line because they've got Dusan, who we haven't seen any. In fact, it's debut time for him, and Damien Trow. Have we seen them at all in the World Cup?
Very briefly. Trenduk kicks off. Kano waits and takes it down, but they've lost it forward. They haven't made too many mistakes, the All Blacks, but they made one there. And Kano appeared to have it.
So scrum number 2 of the match, I think it is, and the first one on France ball. Just a little bit wary of the traffic coming his way, I think.
Crouch! Touch! Pause! Engage!
So Yashvili gets it in. France scrum is creaking a little, but it hangs in there. Trenduk makes a good searching kick downfield, and going back after it was Corey Jane. Flag is up.
I think it's right too. And it was touched by McCaw off Trenduk, and that's why Jane was so desperate to try and get to it.
Well, that's Nigel Owens. He's about 30 metres, 40 metres behind Corey Jane. And there, maybe the heel. Maybe the heel.
Yeah. Crowd don't like it, but I think the call's okay.
Well, the World Cup final, you expect excellence from your officials. You got it there.
So, Servat. France come back onto attack. This is rare as Nalé takes it in. Bonaire takes the blind side, then lays it back. Short to Nicholas Mas. This is not going to move very far away from the forwards by the looks of things. Ball's been lost forward. All Blacks are going to get a scrum.
Maybe Owen Franks may have been the cause of that. Let's have a little closer look here as Savard was in from the outside. I think it may have been McCaw, I think.
Joe Mazzo, not that happy with the decision.
Well, he's seen a lot of rugby, hasn't he? You'd think of all of them up there, he might be the calmest, but not the case. Well, All Blacks very close, I think, there to getting penalised too for being offside from Craig Jabir. He's been quite lenient on a couple of occasions, just getting them back in time. But the French, now they've got some field position. Have they got a scrum? Have they got a scrum that can put pressure on the All Blacks?
Tony Woodcock try, separating the two teams 8 minutes out from half-time.
Crouch! Touch! Pause!
France went early, so it's a free kick to the All Blacks. Well, they can kick it out, but they won't get the line out.
Yeah, but they'll get a little bit further down the field rather than have to deal with it from a scrum.
So two big mistakes from the French when they finally got themselves into a situation to apply some pressure. Savard, you got a little bit of a cuffing from Owen Franks, lost control of the ball, and then the weight behind the front row, ill-timed.
So Savard throws it straight to the All Blacks, and off goes Cruden on a searching run, taken down in the tackle by Trenduk. Ball laid back there for Wepu. Now here's Thorne running hard at Mas, and the ball lost forward, and now the All Blacks have a player down, and it's Aaron Cruden. And he's clutching at his right knee, it would seem.
Well, McCaw very quickly to him, wasn't he? And maybe it's just a cut. I hope that for his sake it's nothing worse.
I think that's just the skateboard graze, isn't it?
Well, let's hope so, Grant Fox, from rugby's point of view, because this is such a good story. But Stephen Donald up and about. Just the white bait net has to wait for a more important occasion. None more than this.
So he's carried the ball on a number of occasions to the line. Aaron Cruden, that's his default option, really. Happy to run. Let's have a look here. Oh, there. It's a little hyperextension. And not sideways, just back. And we'll just have to see what the outcome is here.
Well, of course, this is the other goal-kicking option we were just discussing too, Grant Fox, and that the right leg, of course, is it's kicking leg.
But if he goes off, Donald is the goal kicker, of course.
Oh, wow. Look away.
Well, he's not yet up to put pressure on that leg.
Well, quite frankly, when you've seen these and you do enough rugby, you do see a few hyperextensions. If he's up and able to play at 100%, you'd be very surprised. So the cameras are on this man for a reason. Sam Whitelock, a good steal in the line out if we go back in time. No good.
No good. Well, that's sad for Aaron Cruden. Both number 10s have been pushed out of the game, and well, cometh the hour. Well, cometh the man.
Number 4, 5'8" for the All Blacks. It's been a jinx position, but, well, Stephen Donald's got plenty of experience. And, boy, he will be excited about this opportunity right here. He's been in this team a lot, played with Wepu a lot. He will know the systems and the calls.
What a moment.
And I tell you what, you know he will give everything.
23rd cap.
What a twist of fate.
Crouch!
Unbelievable.
Touch! Pause! engage.
So Donald is on, and
Number
a
one back,
penalty
stay up.
goes against
Number one
Woodcock.
back, falling straight down. Stay
And France, well, it's right on halfway. And Tranduk might consider he's good enough here. Yashvili's the other option,
No,
and so is Medar.
Medar, I think, is going to go down the line.
So they don't quite back themselves from halfway, France.
Grant Fox, we enter that period of play that you talk about so often, either side of half-time.
Yeah, critical period for both sides. And France have had to deal with a pretty sustained period of attack from New Zealand. A lot of defending they've had to do.
Savat to throw. Full line out this time. And Pape, All Blacks, that went forward from a Frenchman, I think, but apparently not. Charging in goes Mas. Now Savat. Right on the 22 metres line. Wants a bit of help.
Drop goal coming.
Aaron Ordicki, yes. Tranduk standing way in the pocket. Here it comes. Drop kick. And it is away. Well away.
And just see here, just a little bit off balance. He's falling back into the left a bit. Pushed it right.
38 yards out, so it had a fair way to travel, but tactically probably quite a good move to have something on the board, even if you're still behind at half-time, because they have had no point-scoring opportunities. That was it.
Wepu goes short, so the All Blacks can engage the ball. Handed back by McCaw to Mialamu. Now here's Donald. Makes good contact. Medar standing outside his 22. Puts the pressure straight back on Israel Dag. He's got a bit of time though. And he's able to get away. And off goes Israel Dag. Now Nonu. Rougerie waits. All Blacks kicking when maybe they should have moved it, and off goes Tranduk. A lot of space. Tranduk still going. Just had his ankles clipped by Wepu. And they're 5 out from the 22 as Yashvili moves it across. Now Pooks. Here is Pape. And the All Blacks having to scramble across in defence. Push back for Yashvili once more. Now Savat. Yashvili takes it out again. Looking for a mismatch there. Haven't found one, but Tranduk made the big run now. They've got him up off the ground here. And if this doesn't come back, the All Blacks will win themselves a scrum, and it won't, and they do.
No, but fortunate the All Blacks kicking the ball away a little bit at the moment. We're looking on Morgan Parra again. They're a much more dangerous side when they keep the ball in the hand. These little kicks they do are suiting France. And Tranduk, well, he saw the numbers. Kano had to drift wide to cover them. Desperately ankle tapped. And who was that?
It's Piri Wepu.
Piri was it? Superman to the rescue.
Well, the numbers here absolutely favoured the All Blacks, didn't they? Really, when it came to the crunch, they had 4 or 5 big men all over the top of the ball carrier. So desperate times, desperate defence, and still awful time before half-time.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Low-scoring final as Reid holds on. Now off to Wepu. Feeds it up to Nonu. Twisting and turning his way outside the 22. And they get a penalty. France killing the ball in there. And so a defensive penalty.
Yeah, Dussatoir was the tackler and never released Nonu.
Let him get up. That's fine. That's fine.
I'd quite like the All Blacks to use Israel Dag to kick for touch here. He's got the big punt on him.
Get involved. Stay back, stay back. You can have a chat to number 4. Yeah. Just get up and get away. Oh, yeah. Yes. Richie, can you have that word, please? Richie, I need you to have that word with him, right?
That's a poor kick. And it's fallen straight for Palisson. And now the All Blacks have to wait for the high ball, and it's Dag. Works it away to Donald. Flicks it off to Nonu. Running again, Nonu. Looking to move it away for Kahui. They're almost at halfway here, as we count down inside the last minute of the half. This one will land 5 metres in French territory, and it's been beautifully taken in by Yashvili. Now Mermos flicks the pass. It's with Pascal Pape. Yashvili once more. Here is Dusatois going hard at Kano. Now Yashvili again to Tranduk, and they kicked it out on the full. So the All Blacks will have time, most likely, for the last line out of the first half.
It's going through a period in this game where, from an All Black perspective anyway, there's a bit of aimless kicking. I'm sure it's something the coaching staff will address at half time.
Take a quick throw. Do it again. Different ball.
So half-time will sound. Next time the ball is dead. Nialamu lobs it in. Thorne gets a hand on it. McCaw recovers well and lays it back. The All Blacks, they're going to bang it into touch. They're happy with that. And to go to the dressing room. A solitary try separating the two teams in the first half, scored by Tony Woodcock, 5-0 in the final.
Well, the All Blacks have had much the better of the half, really.
So Craig Joubert is back there. Both sides losing their number 10s in the first half. Morgan Parra quite early. Aaron Cruden just before halftime. So Tranduk on for France. Donald on for the All Blacks. And we're about to go in the second half. Craig Joubert checks. Both teams are ready. And away we go, second half in the World Cup final. And the kickoff is claimed by Corey Jane. He in turn is claimed by Alexis Palisson, his opposite number. And the ball is there for Wepu to make the clearance. Which he now does. Aaron Ordicki, this outstanding number 8 forward, takes it in. So France have possession as Yashvili. In fact, Bonaire is holding it up at the moment. Now Yashvili away for Servat. Dusatois, the skipper. Yashvili again. Tranduk to Mermos. Doubling round Tranduk. Using the ball well tonight. Meda. And the fullback. All Blacks can't get it off him, and so France have it again with Yashvili. Dusatois takes it into contact. Yashvili, a loopy pass for Tranduk. Now Rougerie with good pace. Got to his feet again, Rougerie, and they're putting the pressure on the All Blacks early as they come through and try and snaffle the ball. And McCaw, well, he played it on the ground in the end. He was all right for a while.
The counter-act was fine, but you're on the ground when you play the ball. Post-stroke.
So, Richie McCaw penalised, and this is the first shot at goal for France. And looks like Dimitri Yashvili is going to do the job. Rougerie made a big, long break. Now, have a look at the counter-ruck coming, and that was all right. But then once he went to ground, he couldn't play it, and the penalty is given.
Well, it's the wrong side of the field, of course, for Dimitri Yakvili, but he is a very cool customer and has been one of the standouts in terms of goal kicking in this tournament. And the French starting brilliantly, really. That's all they need to do. Work themselves into field position where they can attract a mistake or a penalty. And if he kicks this, they are well within range. Very, very close indeed.
Here he goes. And that's a good kick. No, it's not. Just drifted away. Well, it looked for all the money as if he had nailed it. So the kick is no good. And the All Blacks maintain that lead. So we haven't had a successful kick as yet. So, Piri Wepu to restart from the 22. Good thump downfield where Francois Tranduc. Now Mida. Kahui wants it. He's called for it. Oh, beautifully done by Richard Kahui. Good, strong surge. Laid back for Wepu, the little kick. Here comes Dag chasing hard. He's right there on Tranduc, who got up and went again, and then shrugged off the tackle of Woodcock as well. Well, Tranduc has been quite inspirational since he came on the park. And France are going to be able to clear this. Yashvili won't be doing the kicking, I wouldn't imagine, because he's a left foot kicker. He'll need some help. And he gets it back. And it's thumped into touch by Mermos.
It's once again that kicking game from the All Blacks. It was Dag who called Wepu to do that, but the option was on the right on hand as they were going forward and releasing the ball quite quickly.
Okay, thanks. 4 and 4. 4. Just calm down. Right. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Just having a chat to the two number 4s, Pascal Pape and Brad Thorne.
The ball's gone.
Just calm down, boys.
Got a full line out here, and just look for maybe Kahui, who's inside Stephen Donald.
Hooked back by Reid. Wepu sends it wide for Nonu. Being asked to half the ball up. And it's on the French side, penalty though. Now, who's going to do the goal kicking? That's the question.
Stephen Donald striding forward.
Yeah.
Pointing to the posts.
Confidently too, and I like that. And I love the cheer he's getting from this crowd at Eden Park. This man's copped a bit of criticism in his time, but he's a guy that the All Black players love and respect. And so cometh the hour.
Well, any normal situation, Grant Fox, you'd back him here, but where you think he's been and the lack of rugby he's played and the occasion, it's as big a kick as you'll ever get.
Well, he has kicked 95 points. He scored 95 points in Test rugby. Here's his kick. And he's nailed it.
Now that'll help his confidence too. And now he's barking a few orders to the troops. So good left shoulder forward, head down, follow through.
Well, the French are going to make a substitution. They have to, because they've got a problem with Vincent Clerc, the right wing of their number 14. He's got a heavily strapped foot and he's off. So Damien Freyer in jersey number 22. So we'll look for the shuffle here. He may go to fullback, may dart to the wing.
Play resumes. Taken down by Jane. Off now to Kano. And the All Blacks now have an 8-point lead in the game. And Wepu from outside the 22. Just getting some elevation. Knocked on by Aaron Audicke. And now the All Blacks are running hard with Dag. Takes on the tackle of Rougerie. And right on halfway, ball there for Nonu. Oh, they left it. A line has been tipped up for Tranduc. And he's got a ton of pace. A real opportunity here for the French. Yashvili. Now Rougerie. Desperation defence here for the All Blacks. They've got numbers away to the left if they can get it there wide. Now Savat. Held up by Nonu. Trying to rip the ball off him. It's a maul. So can France get it to ground? Looks as though they have. Now Yashvili. Away it goes to Trenduk Rougerie. Dusatoir! Dusatoir, the captain! France are back.
Well, they're back all right. A mistake at the base of a ruck by Nonu and Wepu. And straight away, France swing on attack. They had chances to score that try earlier. There it is right there. A little actually foot from Rougerie. Wepu needed to commit to it on the ground. He didn't. He tried to chip past it. Trunduk intercepted it. Yashvili, Medard, Rougerie again. Some desperate defence as they went to the left, but finally they came back to the right and found a hole for their skipper, Dusatoir.
Well, they had two opportunities, really. They squandered the first one because the ball carrier turned out to be Savat, who couldn't offload quickly enough. But they had the patience to come right, the French, and that has seriously lifted their confidence. They know the All Blacks have had to do some reshuffling in key areas, and that was a big mistake from Wepu at the base. Ball falling over, he'll have plenty of time to get this right. But what was, I know what Piri Wepu was thinking, but gee, execution. Wow. Gifted it to the French.
So Trunduk is now the goal kicker. And no problems at all from right in front. 8 points to 7. The try scored by the skipper, Terry Dusatoir. The All Blacks making changes.
Yep, Artie Williams for Sam Whitelock and Andrew Hoare and 16 for Kevin Mialamu.
Big changes early on. Just 8 minutes gone. Second half. All Blacks by 1. As Wepu kicks off and he's overdone it. Another bad mistake.
A little bit jittery at the moment, the All Blacks, and Wepu, who normally likes the big occasion, has made a couple of errors. Here's the end of it. Great line by Dusatoir.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Well, Wepu's night is all but over because Ellis, with that kick going out, was in his bib, in his tracksuit, and now he's ready to make the move, and he's coming. So the All Black coaches have seen enough from Piri Wepu. He's had a marvellous tournament, but tonight has been a cruel one for him.
And just tonight hasn't been his night. Not quite on song. So they've reacted quickly, the All Black coaching staff.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Aaron Udorki goes for a run. Yashvili gets hit hard by Smith. Snapped up by Bonnier. And France have control of this right on the 10-metre line. As Yashvili clears it off for Savat. Playing with some real confidence now. Trenduk works it across. Nonu makes the tackle. Making inroads though. As Yashvili works it across. Ball popped back. Yashvili's there. And his little kick downfield is going to be fielded by Jane. Jane off to Dag. And here's the All Blacks running it out. Oh, he's fallen over.
6 points.
And Andy Ellis there in time. And the kick made by Kahui. That's a long punt by Richard Kahui. France looking to take it quickly, but decide against it.
Well, you can see the French, they've lifted, haven't they? The All Blacks needed to consolidate after the Donald Pendley goal, and they didn't do so. It was France who struck back, as this is Nicolas Mars getting some attention.
Well, it may well be Jean-Baptiste Coux, in fact, the loose head prop. Speaks has been an integral part of this French.
You're right, Ian.
Yeah, this French effort getting back to that line out, key line out now.
Free kick here to the All Blacks.
Well, they waited for him, you see, and Craig Joubert wasn't prepared for that.
Andrew Hoare out there. They're discussing putting a scrum down.
Terry, no, excuse me, Terry. We're not going to wait for players that are 20 metres away from the game. And I'm not going to have players going down injured in an attempt to buy time. Do you understand?
Do you understand? De Sautoir said, I understand. And good on Craig Joubert. We've seen a bit of that during this tournament. He's not going to have any of it.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Wants the ball to be cleared quickly, and it is. Now Jane making ground up towards halfway. There it is again for Ellis. Kano, as he has done all tournament, charging ahead. Ellis works it away for Franks. And the big tight head prop crunching inside French territory. Ellis somehow got the pass away. Here's Donald. Good run by Stephen Donald. Gives the All Blacks the front foot ball. Charging in goes Williams. Looking to turn. French player on the ground, can't roll away. Now here's Dag. Sends it off to Franks. Bonaire in to make the tackle. Ellis. Donald goes wide. McCaw. The skipper sets it in midfield. Ellis keeps it going to the far side. Now Nonu. They've tackled well tonight, the French in midfield. Nonu not getting through once more. Here's Woodcock. The All Blacks endeavour to keep the pressure on. Ellis pops the short pass. There it is again for Ellis. Now Thorne makes a couple of metres. Andrew Hoare. It's hard work up the centre. Popped back by Woodcock. Not expecting it, Ellis. And has to try and retain possession. And he does pretty well. Trying to squeeze it back, but they've lost ground here, the All Blacks. And Smith. He sends it off to Franks, who's been involved a lot in the sequence of play. Now Smith again. Here's Williams. Oh, Ali Williams gets stopped by Bonaire. Now here's Dag. Gives the pass off to Nonu. Fighting his way downfield and then losing the ball. And Rougerie goes back, and he'll play advantage. There is none.
I'll tell you what, that is great defence from France. They are hassling the All Blacks, who are not looking as composed as they have at most stages of this tournament. And lots of heart coming from the men in white.
Well, their bench is unbelievably animated. They believe. This French bench believes, and if they believe, then the 15 on the park believe. And the mistakes are coming because all those whiteboard sessions that these men have put together, all those training sessions are slowly going out the window because it's called the occasion, it's called pressure. They've lost key players and they have to regroup. And Stephen Donald, whose jersey looks about half as big as it should be, has to fill it big time now.
The gap's good, I'm happy. Crouch! Touch!
15 minutes into the second half. As Yashvili feeds the scrum. Off it goes to Tranduit. Rougerie in a bit of space. Ball bounces off Smith. And the All Blacks keep the French on their own side of halfway.
Pretty well read by Nonu and Smith to drift. As the French tried to push wide, Rougerie realised that they'd marked up. Jane had come forward, so he tried to slip the kick in behind, which rebounded off Smith's legs.
Servat. Aronautica who wins the line out. Mermos. Scragged by Donald. Now Nelly running into Franks. Yashvili now doing to the All Blacks what they did to them in the first half. Kahui, he fires it off in field. Dag has to be good, but he is good, and he gets the clearing kick away.
But Trunduk won that battle, and Kieran Reid is down and back play.
Yeah, he copped a knee on top of the head. It was accidental. He was part of that last breakdown, and it was purely accidental. Have a look at the number 8 here. He's the player that just cops it there.
A 5-man line out here by France. You've got Dusatoir out in the midfield.
Servat finds Aaron Ordicke once more. Yashvili awaits. Nice little pass from Dusatoir, and he gets it back too from Cooks. Now, Tranduk, Mermos. Good tackle by Donald, but 8 metres on the All Black side of halfway. Nale runs smack into Woodcock and Kano. Yashvili again, punching it away downfield, and Dag has to keep it in. And then kicks it off the side of the boot, but again, advantage France.
Absolutely advantage France. Very clever, Yashvili. Dag did well, but France have got some field position. Their line-out's working well. The All Blacks are having to withstand a bit of pressure.
Well, this will test Craig Jabir again, because they have a player unavailable because he's putting the boot on, and he won't put up with it. France have to get on with the line-out in stop time.
They actually allowed to put a boot on, Ian. I think pretty sure it's injuries that have perhaps faked a little bit where the issue is.
So they've gone for the short line-out, France, and Yashvili is starting to run this game because France are getting some dominant.
Servat throws to Pape. On the All Blacks 22. Williams trying to come through the middle. There's no way through there. Now they swing it wide for Mermos. Held up by Donald. He got support. He's got plenty of support by Mermos as they fight their way downfield, but lost control of the ball. But it's been grabbed by Nale. Now it's been lost. And I think that went forward. Yes, it did. The All Blacks managed to rip it clear.
Well, there's some nervous moments for all concerned. If you're an All Black supporter, this crowd is trying to will their side on, but boy, France have got their backs up. Some desperate defence from the All Black side, so they need a solid scrum here and get out of this part of the field.
Almost at the three-quarter mark of the game. 8-7. Ellis feeds. And the All Blacks get the penalty.
Collapsing number 1.
And it's against John Baptiste Cooks on the loose head side of the French scrum. So it'll be a welcome penalty for the men in black.
Wow. Everyone eyes on Craig Jabir. They knew there was going to be a penalty, but which way? Which way?
Yeah, you could see Pooks go in there.
Don't know whether Craig Jabir understands French. So Andrew Hoare to throw to the line-out. France get in there ahead of the All Blacks. Now Bonnier. Again wide to Dusatoir, who's been outstanding once more tonight. Yashvili again for Tranduk. And once again, not afraid to kick for field position, although this time not making a great deal of ground.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you? When your line-out's functioning well, you're putting pressure on the opposition, and this game may be decided on a penalty or a drop goal. So it's Aaron Ordicke in front of Brad Thorne.
So Hoare's going to throw again. They've shortened the line-out this time. The jumpers are Williams and Reid. And looks like Williams is unchallenged. Ellis stabbing the little kick forward. Jane is leading the charge. Ball goes back. Aaron Ordicke wins it. Now here is Meda. All Blacks reckon they might have turned this. And they have indeed.
Andrew Hore at his very best.
So here goes Dag. Slips the pass. Donald, and he couldn't find his man. And in the end, they went into touch anyway. France are keen to get this in quickly.
You don't get a free kick for throwing it straight into him.
Rugby is wise to that. Here's Dag from the turnover, courtesy of Andrew Hore. Okay, just a little bit of miscommunication.
French line out, working pretty well tonight. Servat. Aaron O'Doherty has been making the calls. Pape has won plenty of good ball for the French.
18 playing the ball on the ground.
And playing the ball on the ground, Williams. Williams.
The three-quarter mark just past it in this match, and well, this is anyone's game at the moment. France starting.
Well, that's not out. That's a bad miss. And so now Dag's going to bring it back. And Jane will have to lead the chase after this. He's kicked it a bit too far, though. It's been easily claimed by Aaron O'Doherty, and he went for a good run. Then he ran smack into Kano. All Blacks looking to turn it over, but no, they haven't been able to do so.
Too many players on the ground. Both teams players on the ground. White going
You
forward.
often see it just as the referee blows it up, the ball pops out. And just the kicking is a little bit aimless at the moment. France are better at it, more effective at it. The All Blacks are kicking a bit of ball away.
Hasn't he got big in the last couple of weeks, Aaron Ordicke, but in the last 10 minutes or so with line-out steals, ball carries, and plenty to say as well. He's got a great organisational powers at the back of that scrum.
Touch. Pause.
France have had a patchy tournament, but they've turned up for the final. Held in the back by Aaron Ordicke, and this is a good French scrum, and it's a penalty.
16 standing up.
And this is kickable for sure.
It's against Andrew Hore. That is a great scrum from France. You can see their strategy here. They just want field position. They're going to back their set piece to put pressure on the All Blacks. So look at Servat there. Real pressure. Mars with him. Up goes Andrew Hore.
It's going to be Tran Duke. He's going to have this crack from around about 48 metres. They're going to make two changes to that very powerful scrum in a second. Sarzuski in 16 and also in 17, Fabien Barcella is getting ready to come on, and they are pumped coming off this French bench.
Just a short run up. Pushed it away to the right. So the All Blacks retain their lead with 15 minutes remaining, and now change is coming.
There they are, the two front row boys, so fresh legs, although that last scrum was a beauty. Super sub, Sarzuski health, and we've seen him in this situation.
So time it on, and Stephen Donald unleashes down as far as Tranduk. And once again, it'll be the kick and chase. Dag waits. Dag climbs. No. France grab it. Dag's not in good shape. France not controlling the ball terribly well. But a good charge there by Mars. The French well and truly fired up. Now they've lost the ball, and the All Blacks, he can wait for an advantage. He's not going to get one, though, because Ellis has kicked the ball straight into a French player.
It's that silly little kicking game again that's getting the All Blacks in a lot of trouble.
Well, how about the chase and the contest between Damien Trey who chased through on that kick from Trunduk, and Israel Dag. Dag thought he claimed it in the air, but
competition for the ball.
yeah, fair competition, he's saying. Both arms were up on both players, and he stole it off in mid-air.
I think he was trying to claim a mark, wasn't he? Where was he on the field of play?
Thank you, I've heard you.
Mind you, the other guy came up with it, so I guess it doesn't matter.
No fair contest. When play resumes, it will be an All Black scrum. But France, well, they've got the territory, they've got the possession as well.
You've also got minutes in the opposition 22, 7-5, so the All Blacks have almost had no change since half-time on that stat.
Crouch!
So
Touch.
Andy Ellis.
Pause! Engage!
Reed waiting. Now Ellis. Drilling the kick. And getting across is Damien Trapp. And this one is not a good kick at all. But the All Blacks not as good in the air tonight as they were in the semi-final. As France work it across once again. Here's big Lionel Nele rolling into All Black territory. As Yashvili away for Trunduk. Once more Mermos. Now Roucherie for Dusatoir. Did well to hang on to that. As he got a couple of tacklers at the same time. But France monopolising possession at the moment. As Yashvili works it away for Zazuski. Now Yashvili once more. Taken in by Pape. Yashvili again. Trunduk. Testing for Dag, but he's got all the time in the world here. And not a Frenchman within Kiwi. And he unleashes. And that's a very long kick again by Israel Dag. He's got a beautiful punt on him.
Well, that's a slight release of a pressure valve because the All Blacks have been copping a bit from France. And that's it there. Had a couple of missed kicks tonight, but that was better. Kick was too far from Trunduk.
Well, this is where the All Blacks simply have to play the game. They have to take a leaf out of France's book. If they can't make inroads with ball in hand, they have to play a territory game because they're not in so much trouble there. One mistake, one decision.
Counting down, 12 minutes. Dimitri Zazuski to throw to this line-out. Five-man line-out. And nicely done again. Aaron Ordicki, standout player again tonight for France. How he wasn't in the team right from the word go at the start of this tournament. Taking the All Blacks on physically. Yashvili. A weighted kick, but Kahui was ready. And off goes the All Black left winger. Now Ellis clears it out for Donald. And Donald, that's a clever kick.
Well done, Stephen Donald. Ian Smith, another change.
Yep, in the French middle row, actually. They've gone 18, so Julien Pierre. And they're going to lose Pascal Pape, who looks to have a rib injury.
Now nervous moments in that All Black coaching box. Now, this French line-out has been absolutely superb. The All Blacks may have got one off them, but it's been a real strength throughout this tournament, so they won't mind going to this phase of the game.
They've done it again. The line-out has been outstanding. Aaron Ordicki once more. And this is a good concerted drive. The All Blacks struggling to hold it up. And they can't. They've dragged it down and have been penalised as a result.
And so the ball going out is a problem for the All Blacks as well because of the strength of the French in this area. And they'll go down the field here and they'll drive again. And they're going to try and earn a penalty. Could guarantee that.
First thing they have to do is kick it out. They missed last time by being greedy.
Not so greedy then.
Well, tension, and you can see it on the faces of those who have played so far. 10 minutes. That's all remaining in the game. Zarzewski goes, and this time it's Pierre who takes it in. Zarzewski's got it back, but the All Blacks are far better formed up here. Now Yashvili away for Tranduk. Mermos wide. Chance for Palisson. He's got electrifying pace, but McCaw nails him in a good tackle, but they didn't go into touch. Now the All Blacks have the ball up off the ground here and are showing them the touchline.
$61,079 witnessing a great drama being played here. And a terrific tackle from McCaw, wasn't it? And the way that Maydard kept it in play, if he did, was good enough to have another pressure-filled line out.
So Hoare, taken down by Thorne, delivers immediately for Ellis. All Blacks chasing up, led by Jane. Great under the high ball again tonight. France. And the All Blacks handing the ball over. Ball is there for Yashvili. Now Tranduk coming from deep. Rougerie. Smith nails him in a good tackle. And the All Blacks looking to pour players in, but they don't get enough there. And now France with a chance. Dusatois. Now France working it left and right. Here is Mermos, chased across by Nonu. Scragged to the ground. And France still have it. Just on their own side of, on the All Black side of halfway. Nelle, a real trooper, crunching it up. Yashvili again. Now Dusatois. Smith has to make another tackle. Ball is there. As Palisson played at halfback. Real test of the All Blacks defence as Nelle has it again. Rougerie. Thumping defence by Kahui. Front on defence. And they're back at the 10-metre line. Neither side giving an inch. Meda. Taken in the tackle of Donald, but the ball is still there for France. 7 minutes left. Zarzewski runs into his opposite Hoare. Yashvili waits again. Very slow ball, but they take it blindside. Another metre. Now Yashvili. Aaron Ordiki. Yashvili again. Working themselves into a good attacking position, France. But Reid makes a thumping tackle. The All Blacks come through powerfully. Haven't got it yet, though, because Dusatois, who's had quite a game, brings it away again for France. Now Yashvili, flat for Aaron Ordiki. Now Meda. Hammering away at this All Black defence. And again back on the 10 metres line with 5.5 minutes remaining. Will it be a penalty that'll decide this game as Yashvili shovels it away again for Aaron Ordiki. Now Bonaire. Just a battle of attrition, 15 phases, not making a lot of progress, but still hanging on to the ball. It's out, and it's okay. And France get the ball.
Too many players.
France get the ball.
Oh, boy, this game is on an absolute knife edge. You just are waiting for France to force the All Black into an error.
Well, they're going to make changes off the bench here, and Sonny Bill Williams is going to go on for Martin Nonu for the All Blacks. But how about the change the French have made? They have got Jean-Marc Dusain going on in jersey 20 with 8 minutes to go, if that, in the World Cup final, Grant Fox. And they've taken off Yashvili.
Oh, and he's the sharpshooter from a goal-kicking point of view too.
Well, this guy is on debut. Can you believe that?
That's amazing.
So, the new man, Jean-Marc Dusain, uncapped until now, World Cup final.
Pause. Bingo.
4 minutes left. Aaron Ordicki holds. Dusain gets it off to Tranduk. Smith tried to make the tackle, and Rougerie has gone straight through it. And Smith is a bit dazed, but he's hanging in there. But ball being turned over by the looks of things. The All Blacks haven't had the ball for a while. With 4 minutes remaining, and they are going to get a scrum.
Lost forward.
Oh, McCaw forced the turnover there as Conrad Smith bounced off Rougerie. Boy, this game is brutal.
I've got a feeling the knock-on was from the new halfback too. It was McCaw's pressure, but you want control when you've got the ball setting up for a drop goal situation or territory of some note.
The man of the match, Terry Dusatois, has been quite outstanding.
Oh, he has been absolutely immense. Captain courageous, scored their try. Here's Conrad Smith. That's a head clash, really. Sonny Bill Williams coming around trying to clean him up. And it's Stephen Donald. And it's McCaw there. The pressure on at the breakdown that led to the knock-on.
Time is off. Time is off.
Oh, it's a fairly typical sight. Richie McCaw giving blood. Two inspiring captains, haven't they been? Brilliant.
Well, this is drama. 3.5 minutes to go in the World Cup final. And the All Blacks have a scrum.
Medar's gone right across to the blind side defensively. So he's picking at the All Blacks to go 8-9 right and along the ground.
It's a solid enough scrum.
Stay bound.
Ellis waits. And off goes Reid on a searching run. Kieran Reid. Ball laid back. Now Williams. The All Blacks will be keen to hold this for as long as possible. Franks. A tension-filled Rugby World Cup final. McCaw stands over it. 2.5 to go. Now McCaw with Williams there to help. France desperate to get at the ball if they can. A little kick through. It's a long time to kill it, Grant Fox.
Oh, it's an awful long time to go. I think they're looking for a little bit further downfield before Ellis is setting up here for the kick, I think. No, not yet. Marshalling the troops again.
They don't have to do much. France will offend. They'll have to offend to get the ball if the All Blacks control it.
Richie McCaw stands over it. Again, kicked through by the French. The All Blacks hoping just to run the clock down to 80. 1.5. France putting bodies in there big time. And the All Blacks get the penalty.
Now you could see it there. Aaron Watergate was over the top. You called it, Ian Smith, to try and get the ball they had to offend. It ain't done yet, though. The All Blacks will go down the line, and they need to secure the line out, and you'll see more of the same.
So it's safely into touch. And in the last minute, the All Blacks have a line out.
And this crowd is on the edge of their seat. We're on the edge of our seat up here in the commentary box.
This is tension. Boy.
They need to hurry up here.
So they go to Thorne. He drags it in. That's a big take. Now they've got to kill it for 30 seconds. They go to drive it. The crowd is behind them. Just seconds remaining.
We need to get the ball out of here, though, because it'll be a turnover.
Now it's with Andrew Ellis. There it is, 80 minutes is up. All they've got to do is kick it out.
Do they know it? Do they know it, though?
Ellis is going to do it. And they're offside. They know it. They've just got to kick it out. And the All Blacks are the world champions for the second time.
We're just going to be quiet for a while up here as you take in the pictures of the players. The raw emotion of it all.
Well, the name New Zealand goes on the Rugby World Cup for the second time. It's been 24 long years, but it's finally happened.
24 years of absolute pain for the All Blacks is finally all over, and another group dressed in black are going to experience what it's like to win a Rugby World Cup. The lowest scoring final in Rugby World Cup history. Not many would have picked that on a wonderful night, weather condition-wise, here at Eden Park, and the All Blacks had to do it tough in the second half as France piled on all sorts of pressure, but you've got to give it to France. They were incredibly gallant.
What a final it was. Tony Woodcock early on. Terry Dusatois, the man of the match in the second half. But the All Blacks got home by 1 point to win the Rugby World Cup. Well, some are too exhausted to really celebrate as yet. That'll come later.
Well, Richie McCaw, none more deserving to hold a Rugby World Cup aloft. He has been absolutely a great servant of All Black rugby, and let's spare a thought for Dan Carter too, who wasn't able to be on the field tonight.
Well, France came to play. They were fantastic. Let's hear from their losing captain, Terry Dusatois.
Well, Terry, one of the hardest interviews you'll have to do because your side left nothing out. You gave absolutely everything.
Yeah, it's a really pity. We're really disappointed. But in the same way, I'm very proud of my boys, of what they did during the World Cup. We lost 2 games in the pool, and we came to the final. So I'm really proud of them.
You upset the All Blacks at their core. You didn't let them get into a pattern, and it nearly worked.
Well, we don't say that's us. Okay, it's good for New Zealand. It's good for the country, it's good for the boys. But sorry, but I'm really disappointed also.
People said the French spirit might not be there. We saw it was always there tonight.
Yeah, we read a lot of stuff against us this week. I hope we show that we're able to play rugby and we were able to play final Rugby World Cup.
Thank you very much. You've been brave opponents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and wasn't he inspirational tonight, Terry Dusatois, the losing captain? And the final stats in the game.
Well, a lot of the stats in favour of France. Territory possession, they won the breakdown, they won the turnovers, they won line-outs, and they made the All Blacks make more tackles. And really it was tonight the All Blacks defence won them the game. As France threw everything at them, All Blacks didn't take points early. They missed a few kicks at goal, but they got there in the end.
Right, Richie McCaw, winning All Black captain, standing by with Ian Smith.
Well, Richie McCaw, this has been a dream for a long, long time. You put your heart and soul into this team. They all have. How are you feeling?
Oh, mate, hard to describe. I'm absolutely shagged. Like the courage and what the guys putting out there. We just had to dig as deep as probably ever dug before, and you know, it's hard to really let it sink in. But I'm just so proud of every single one of the guys. You know, we couldn't have been under more pressure there at times, and we stuck tight, stuck to our guns, and you know, we got there in the end.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, the story of Stephen Donald probably sums it up. You've had to plan for so long, you've had to go so deep into your reserves.
Yeah, I think the key to that was expecting things like that to happen, you know, and you know, if you hope for the best and don't prepare for it, then when adversity comes or something happens, you can't deal with it. But we sort of said there'll be things happen, and you know, you lose a guy like DC, it'd be easier to drop your lip, but you know, the next guy stood up, and then the next guy, and then old Beaver at the end. Geez, he was composed. So I take my hat off to the guy, but hard to sing about one guy. Everyone dug as deep as they can.
What about this 24-year monkey that's off the back now all of a sudden?
Yeah, I think, you know, at some stage some team was going to do it, and this group of 30 had the opportunity this year, and you know, you got to be warriors to win this. You got to keep getting up and keep getting up, and when things come at you, just keep getting up and believing in your mate beside you, trusting him to do his job and making sure you do yours. And you know, from 30 guys plus the management, everyone did their part, and I don't know, it's hard to describe, but the people and around New Zealand have given this team so much this last 6 weeks, and just thankful we could repay them.
Richie, you're going to have so many interviews. I know you're a big fan of gliding. Someday you're going to have the time to sit up there, look down on Eden Park maybe, and remember a great night.
There's going to be a lot of stories told as we get older, but no one can ever take this away from this group and from, you know, this bunch of men. And they're tough men, and they've left it all out here tonight, and I think the whole country should be proud of every single one of them.
Thank you very much. Go get what you've been waiting for.
Battered, bruised, but victorious. It wasn't pretty, but it was pretty effective from the All Blacks, who have won the Rugby World Cup over France.
Tough to take. I know you've seen so much rugby on the field and off the field. You must have believed you've done everything tonight.
Yeah, it was close, but not enough to win this trophy. But with nothing to say, yeah, of course disappointed, but very proud about the player for all the tournament they did, and tonight especially.
You started well, you kept that momentum going, and you kept pushing the All Blacks in areas they hadn't been tested so far.
Yeah, I think we stay in contact with the All Blacks all the time. We push them all the game, but it's like that sometimes. Maybe it was the life of sport. Really enjoy for all the country, for the people of New Zealand after all the drama you had, and it's like that. Maybe we come back in 4 years.
Well, whenever you come back, you're always welcome. You've been wonderful, wonderful opponents again tonight. Thank you for your help throughout the tournament. Travel safely.
Thank you very much. See you.
And these are the scenes as the final whistle blew, and understandably, despair and celebration. That is always the way in a sporting contest.
Well, unfortunately, someone has to lose as well.
Look at Brad Thorne. as we stand by now to hear from Graham Henry.
Well, Graham Henry, you've just coached the side to win the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, marvellous. I guess can't hear yourself think here. The people have been outstanding in support of this team and in support of this Rugby World Cup. And I'm so proud to be a New Zealander standing here.
Well, I think every New Zealand supporter here and at home and around the world were feeling what you were feeling in that glass box upstairs for most of this match.
Yeah, it was a bit of turmoil up there. But you just reflect over the last 7 weeks and what these people have done right throughout the country. It's been quite outstanding. And Richie and the boys just hanging in there right through the last 80 minutes to win this thing is superb.
So much planning. 4 years of planning. Did you think you're going to go down to first 5-8, number 4?
No. But didn't he do well? Steve Donald. Superb.
And the young guys. And the old guys and everybody.
Yeah, no, this is something we've dreamed on for a while. We can rest in peace.
You can. It's been, what, 7.5 years? You've had 2 goes at it. So now you can get out on Waiheke Island, throw that line over the boat, be a happy man.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, I've got so much respect for what the boys have done. Over 8 years, it's been outstanding.
We're so proud of you. Well done, sir.
Thank you.